Have you ever felt like your bid process is a chaotic whirlwind? Without a solid plan in place, bids can quite quickly feel overwhelming. This can lead to missed deadlines, lost opportunities, and a lot of stress. That's where we can help you with a bid program. Today, I'm going to break down exactly what a bid program is, why it's crucial for winning contracts, and how to use my free downloadable guide to create one that works for you. Let's transform bidding chaos into control. So what is the bid program? The bid program is essentially a document that's going to help you manage the key milestone stages of a bid process. So by having this bid program in place, understanding those key milestones and different bid stages, it's going to stop you from becoming overwhelmed or losing track of the bid, ending up stressed and running around like a headless chicken because you don't know who's doing what or where the bid is up to. So it's a key working document that will help you to keep things on track, understand where you are, know who's doing what, and ultimately get the bid to submission on time. Each bid stage will have an assigned responsible person and a deadline for those tasks to be completed. It's that person's job to make sure that those tasks are completed on time. And it's highlighted on the spreadsheet in the fourth column. Okay, so stage one of the bid program is the documents are received. So the first thing that we need to do, obviously, is issue those documents out to the people that are going to be involved in delivering the bid. We need to organise a bid kick-off meeting to get all those people into a room to again discuss and allocate roles and responsibilities in line with the submission deadline. The next bid stage is the kick-off meeting. This is a really crucial part of the bid because it's where you are going to start to strategise how you're going to put the submission together. So it's really important that everybody that's going to be involved in pulling this submission together is present at that meeting. Storyboarding will be initialised, so this is where you're going to start to look at the technical questions once you've understood your strategy and your solution, and you're going to start to storyboard how you're going to answer these questions. Roles and responsibilities for the bid will be allocated in the bid kick-off meeting, so everybody knows who's doing what, who's responsible for what, and also assigning deadlines as well. We will also agree in this meeting the review stages. So depending on the complexity of the bid, there may be one review stage, there may be multiple review stages. And finally, we can decide in this meeting if there are any technical clarification questions that we want to submit to the buyer in the first instance. So the next stage of the bid program is actually going into drafting the responses. So your writers will be poised and ready. You've had that initial storyboarding session. They will have access to your subject matter experts, and off they go. Building that narrative, making a compelling case about why the buyer should choose you. On the sidelines, you will also possibly have a team that are putting your pricing response together, or that might be you. So these will be running simultaneously because obviously, however you decide you're pricing your contract, that is actually going to inform how the words are written and how we respond to some of the questions. So when we get to the end of the first draft stage, then we get to the review stage. So again, there might be one review, there might be multiple reviews depending on the complexity of the bid. A typical standard bid, you may only need one review period. So what's important in this stage is your reviewers are already lined up because we did that right at the beginning in the kick-off meeting. They will take the first draft away and they will essentially red pen it and provide input and information, and then that will be sent back to the bid writer and they will be able to then take all of that information and that input and build it into a second draft for next review, or maybe at this stage it's ready for final review. Again, each bid is different, so it depends on the complexity of the bid. If we don't need to have multiple review stages, is we have our final review stage. Our writer has taken the input from the initial mid-bid review, weaved all that into the responses, and we're ready for a final review. Again, we've already agreed at the initial stages who the final review team is. They will take the bid away and again work through it. At this stage, there shouldn't be any major changes because we're likely to be relatively close to the deadline stage now. So it really should just be a case of minor tweaks that help to polish and refine what we've already created. If everybody is happy and we can sign the bid off, there will then be a final edit and proofread stage. So here we are really just looking for typos, grammatical errors, that kind of thing. We're not changing any of the main content at all. We're not making any major changes. So we've finished the technical response now. It's been signed off. We've done the full edit. We've done the full proofread. We gather the rest of the documentation that needs to be submitted. That could be the PQQ, certainly the pricing, and we collate all that and we will do the submission. From a lessons learned perspective, after the bid has gone in, the bid team should come together and just have a bit of a debrief. So let's have a chat about what worked well, what didn't work well, what stressed us out, and just to run through, because we can use that to make sure that we improve when we're moving on to the next bid. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into a bid programme. I hope that's helped you to understand how important a bid programme is and how our guide will simplify the process for you. Remember, a well-structured programme really can make all the difference. If you haven't already, download your free bid programme guide by clicking the link in the description below. Or head on over to www.wordsmithprojects.com. It's jam-packed with templates and practical advice to help you win more contracts. Thanks for watching and good luck with your next bid.